in the Assembly elections 2022, and the main contender for BJP has been Samajwadi Party. Now here we are to discuss about the 5 reasons why Samajwadi Party has failed to dethrone BJP in the UP elections 2022. The Bharatiya Janata Party may have won fewer seats in Uttar Pradesh in the 2022 Assembly elections than in 2017. But it would be a mistake to see this as the waning of the party's popularity. More people have voted for the party this time than the previous elections when the party won a stunning 3/4 majority by itself. Its victory comes despite a spirited fight by the opposition centered around the wide-ranging economic discontentment about the lack of jobs and rising prices of the essentials. But what exactly happened? Why did the economic grievances fail to translate into votes for the opposition? Well, iScope Media's political analysts have summed up various reasons for its failure. Now let's take a look at it. First is the welfare weapon. First, the central government's wide-ranging populist schemes and the seeming ability to provide more robust last-mile delivery than previous regimes ensure that the dissatisfaction did not turn into rage. The centre has been providing free grain since the beginning of the pandemic. In December, the Aditya government expanded its scope, adding a liter of refined oil and a kilo each of salt and pulse. Well, apart from the rations, the centre provided all small and medium farmers with an annual cash assistance of Rs 6,000. The scheme, the anecdotal evidence suggests, reached a huge section of the intended beneficiaries. If times had been tough because of inflation and job loss, the BJP made an effort to soften the blow. Many poor people across communities told the same. Also, what guarantee there was? Many would ask that the Samajwadi Party would alleviate the economic distress if voted to power. Many of them, especially those from the poorer sections of the society, therefore saw no reason to desert the BJP. Now let's go to the next reason, that is the safety over prosperity. The widespread perception that the Adityanath's government maintained a no-tolerance policy on crime also helped blunt economic anxieties. Though the facts of this are hotly contested, with many alleging it was just another stick with which to beat the Muslims. In the west of Uttar Pradesh, particularly where communal tensions run high, many farmers seemed willing to overlook the disappointment at the government's failure to ensure regular payments for the sugarcane crops. When it was asked, I may have less cash in hand now, but at least I can count it in the open, said a farmer in Bhagpat's Baraut, echoing a fairly common sentiment in the area. Well, on the other hand, many people that we have suggested to across the state found it hard to shake the idea that Samajwadi Party in the past has run governments that have had absolutely no control over lumpen elements. Now let's go to the third reason, that is an image problem. At the heart of the Samajwadi Party's failure was its inability to establish its credentials as a party for everyone. In spite of its desperate attempts to shed its image by My or Muslim Yadav Party. As part of this attempted image makeover, the Samajwadi Party welcomed to its ranks several leaders representing communities from the non-dominant backward caste. Yet barring a few places, few voters from these groups seem to have placed their faith in the party. This isn't surprising, however. Many voters from these communities, part of the other backward caste umbrella, despite their unhappiness with the BJP, were uneasy about the prospects of the Samajwadi Party government. Well, here we have also found during the reporting that their fear unchecked Yadavvad or Yadav hegemony. Voting patterns from the state suggest that while the Samajwadi Party managed to consolidate in its favor the votes of Muslims and Yadavs, and to a great extent Jats in the western UP as well, it struggled to add many new voters from all important non-dominant OBCs community. In this bipolar context that Uttar Pradesh saw this year, the Samajwadi Party's traditional social base was never going to be enough to dislodge the BJP. The results bear that out. Now here we have the fourth reason, that is Hindutva. The pall of the economic gloom also seemed to have been offset by Hindutva. While communal temperatures in the state may have been markedly lower than 2017, an undercurrent existed nonetheless. Apart from the apprehensions of Yadavvad, many Hindu voters also seem to associate the Samajwadi Party with claims of Muslim appeasement. Well, these may have been few employment avenues and the price of essentials skyrocketed. At least Muslims were lying low, many would reason. Then of course, there was the crown jewel of the Ram temple in Ayodhya. In the face of economic hardship, many found a succor in faith. So many governments came and went. Did anyone manage to build the temple? So of course, it matters, was a refrain that we have been hearing frequently enough from the people in UP. Now here we have the fifth reason, the Modi-Yogi X factor. Well, finally, the complementary personal appeal of the Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Both seem to have their own set of constituencies overlapping most of the time, but not always. In Western UP, it is Adityanath who is more popular figure. In the wake of farm protests against the new agricultural laws, the Prime Minister lost some goodwill here for making the protesting farmers wait for a long time before withdrawing the contentious legislations. But Adityanath's perceived crackdown on criminals meant there was no net loss for the BJP. Well, elsewhere, while Modi's popularity remained undiminished, seen as an incorruptible doer with an uncompromising stance on Rashtrahit or national interest, he remains the driver of the seemingly unstoppable BJP juggernaut. Now here we have and told you about the 5 reasons why Samajwadi Party couldn't dethrone the BJP in UP this time. Stay with us, we'll bring you more such interesting topics to talk upon. This is Aparna Singh reporting for iScope Media.